it's Miss Jackson. We are here for a very special bonus episode in our Marvelous Mozart series. Today, we are going to get to hear from a very special guest. I am so excited about this guest. Let's find out who it is.
Hi. I played that piece for you because I thought it might be a little bit familiar. It's a piece you've been talking about called Eine kleine Nachtmusik by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. And so I just thought I'd play you a little bit because you're familiar with it. And by the way, my name is Mrs. Jackson. Now that may seem familiar to you too, because your teacher, Miss Jackson, is my daughter and I'm her mom. And I play violin, and I've played violin since I was in the 4th grade. So we had a pull-out program where a teacher came around twice a week and pulled us out of class, and we learned how to play the violin. And then I played all the way through high school and all the way through college, and I still play today. I love playing music, and I love playing the violin. Little cool information about the violin. Set my bow down here. The violin is all made out of wood. There's only a couple things that are not wood, and that would be these metal strings. And there's a little metal bracket here that holds this piece on. Actually, when Mozart wrote music, they didn't use these, but that's another story for another day. But the whole thing, from this crazy carved scroll and the pegs box and all the way down to the different parts of the violin are all hand carved. And it's hollow. It's very thin wood. It'd be easy to break it. You know what? I take very good care of this instrument, and because it's very old. Can you guess how old this instrument is? Take a wild guess. How old do you think this violin is? I'll show it all to you. Don't you love that beautiful wood? You know what? My violin, did you say 200 years old? I've had this most of my life. I'm not 200 years old. I've had this most of my life, and I love to play it, and I take very good care of it so that it can always look this nice, even though it's so old. It has 4 strings: the G string, the D, the A, and the E, from low to high. And you may notice too that along this black fingerboard, there's no frets. Like on a guitar, you know those metal pieces, those metal bars that go across? Those tell you where to put your fingers. On the violin, you don't have any frets. I have to practice and learn where my fingers go. So that took a lot of practicing to learn exactly where to put my fingers. This here is the bow. The bow has a tip. This part is called the stick, and the stick, I don't know if you can see this, the stick is bendy and kind of springy, and all the way down, and this piece here is called the frog, and down here is an adjustment screw. And on the front of the bow there, you may see that white part. When I was a little kid, like really little, like kindergarten little, I thought that was white tape. And I've had some of my students, I'm also a teacher, and I've had some of my students think, oh, well, it's rubber because they see it move. And some people say, oh, I think maybe it's wood. What do you think it's made out of? The white part of the stick, of the bow. The part that rubs against the strings. Any idea what it might be made out of? Let me show you. It's actually made out of the tail of a horse. They trim the tail just like you'd get a haircut. Doesn't hurt the horse at all, and it always grows back. And then we put it on here and we tighten it up. And that is how the bow works. And we have this sticky stuff we put on it called rosin. And the rosin just helps make the string vibrate. So when we tighten that up so that it's nice and tight, G, E, A, right? And that's the violin. So I want to play for you a little bit of Mozart's 40th Symphony. Mozart was only 33 years old. He wrote 41 symphonies. He was only 33 years old when he wrote this symphony. And the whole piece is 25 minutes long, and I'm just going to play you a couple of minutes of the beginning part. But there's a theme there that starts right out. There's no introduction. It just starts right out with the melody. The melody sounds like this. Right? So the melody starts out right there with that. And then it goes on a little bit more. Right? Then there's some other things that happen, and it kind of gets loud. And then the melody comes back again. Right? So listen for that melody to come back. And then there's all kinds of other things happening too. So sometimes it's loud, sometimes it's soft, and there's a lot of variation, long notes and short notes and things. And so I hope you enjoy this. This is the beginning of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart's 40th Symphony. Thank you for listening.